What's going on, guys? Joshua Crisp here, and you guys are in for a treat. I'm going to try something new today on my channel, and I want your guys' direct feedback as to if you like this style of video, if it's helpful, if it's interesting, or if it sucks and I should just go back to the standard teaching and standard videos that I'm doing. If you guys definitely do like this style of videos, I'll start incorporating more. But I'm going to take you in the day. I'm going to take you guys along with me during the day. I'm about to go look at an 8-unit commercial multifamily. I'm going to stop by my warehouse, and I'm just going to take you guys along with me throughout the process of my day, and I'll shed some knowledge and give you guys some tips along the way. So stay tuned. Alright, so right now I'm on my way to Lowe's to go ahead and pick up one of those handheld battery operated flashlights. Those things are super helpful when you're looking at these foreclosures, you're looking at these abandoned properties, and not even abandoned properties and foreclosures, but just properties in general, because light sometimes an issue, whether it's not ample amount of light when you're looking, but I like to have my own light source and make sure that I can see what's going on. You know, I like to look at the basement first. So a little bit later, you're going to see me walking through the basement. We'll show some footage down there. But you can tell a lot by looking at the basement in a property. My main thing, I'm not even too concerned about the actual units itself. My main thing is the structure, the mechanicals. I want to see how the boiler looks, or the HVAC, the electrical. I want to see if there's any structural issues. Is there freestanding water? You can tell a lot by a basement or a crawl space. It's the heart of the house in reference to if there's structural issues, because a majority of the expensive repairs are going to be your mechanicals or your structure. And you know, if you ever have to make structural repairs to a property, structural repairs are very, very expensive, and they don't increase your equity at all. Nobody's going to give you more money for a property because you say that the Michigan wall basement, the retaining wall was rebuilt, or, you know, the slab was resurfaced, or, you know, there was additional beams placed. That way the integrity would be where it needs to be. You're not going to increase the equity, and you're not going to get money back on any repair that you make that's structural. That's just money out the window. So keep that in mind. And definitely a tip, when you're looking at these properties, check out the basement first and have a good light source. Always bring your own light source. All right, guys, so we just pulled up to the property. This is a commercial property. Anything that's over 4 units is going to be considered commercial here in Indiana. So this is an 8-unit commercial multifamily property here. I'm waiting on the realtor to show up right now. It looks like the maintenance guy or property manager is already in there checking the keys. So always remember this tip. No matter what business you're starting, especially in real estate, never make a decision based off of emotion. Always make a data-driven decision. So the way we do this is by analyzing the CMAs, looking at the market analysis, looking at what the comps are selling for, what the properties are valued at, if the property values are rising or decreasing, looking at the crime in the area, looking at the cost per unit, analyzing the cap rate, finding out what our return on investment is, and making a decision based off of, is this a smart financial investment? Not, do I like the property? Is the property pretty? Is the property cool? Do I like the neighborhood? You have to make non-biased decisions that are data-driven only. And this is in any area of business, not only multifamily real estate and real estate in general, but in e-commerce. In my Amazon business, some of these products that I private label are insane. And when I was first starting out, I left a lot of money on the table by not launching good products because I thought these products are crazy. I don't like these products. I wouldn't use this product, so I wouldn't even look into it. But the more experienced I became, I realized that I couldn't operate off of biased opinion, okay? I couldn't operate off of emotion. I had to make data-driven decisions. So keep that tip in mind, guys. It'll help you out a lot. All right, so I just left Horizon Bank here locally to find out about commercial loans and to find out about refinancing, because I have a couple properties that are sitting. Now, on all these properties, these single families and these flips that I've been buying to turn, I've been buying them cash. However, you can do conventional, which is 20% down. So if the house was $100,000, you typically put down around $20,000, and they like to see your credit around 700. However, if it's under 700, they just add an additional point. They have this algorithm / formula. I don't know much about it, but that's the way it works. And the reason why I came here is because I want to be able to have my money work for me a little bit harder, and I want to utilize the bank's money. All these properties I've been buying cash, and I want to refinance these properties that are sitting and these properties that I'm renting. That way I can pull out my money. So I just verified with the president, the head of the lending department. On 4 units and under, they consider it residential, which is a 75% loan to value. If the property appraises for $100,000, you're going to be able to pull $75,000 out. If it's over 4 units, it goes into commercial, and that is going to be at 70% loan to value, okay, on a conventional. So the power of this is the property that I just showed you. I couldn't show you guys inside because there was tenants. It was fully occupied, and they asked me not to bring my camera inside, so I can only show you guys the exterior. I wanted to take you guys in there with me. Unfortunately, I could not, because we have to, respect their privacy, etc. We can't show their personal belongings. But that property is netting about $1,600 a month. So once we own that property for 6 months, we can get a commercial refinance on that and get 70% loan to value. So when we go in there and we do new siding, we do paint, we add coin-op laundry and stuff to increase the operating income, the income that we bring in, as well as increase the property's value, we'll be able to get more money up front. So we'll be able to get approximately 70% of our money back. If we can increase that equity or the income property value by 20%, then what happens is we damn near get all of our money back. Okay, and then we rinse and repeat. So we buy these, we fix them up, we increase the value, we rent them, we try to improve the rent, and then we refinance them and keep the ball rolling. Now, each and every month, the tenants are going to pay all the operating expenses, the taxes, the insurance, the utilities. After that's said and done, you're going to cash flow whatever the balance is, and that's cap rate. Now, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about cap rate, I can maybe do a video on that. I'm no real estate guru, but I'm just bringing you guys along the journey and telling you guys as I learn more and what I know and what works for me, all right? So this thing, anything over 10%, people like to see on a cap rate, on a return on investment. We did the math, which is basically the net operating subtracted from the expenses divided by the annual year. And I can put that formula below somewhere, or, show you guys another video on that stuff. But when all said and done, the cap rate was over 25%, which is ridiculous. So we should be able to cash flow between $100 and $200 a unit. Now, after reading on forums and talking to multiple different investors, I hear a lot of people say that they go for between $100 and $200 a unit. You want to get 1% per unit, at least 10 to 12%, like I said, annually. But we're shooting for $200 a unit, and I'm sure that I can do that. They didn't have coin ops. They have garages that are vacant, that aren't being used. So there's ways to improve and increase the value, hence increase not only the value that we offer to the tenants, but the value of the property as well as the income, all right? So that's an 8 unit. If we can bring in 200 net, that's $1,600 a month. That's approximately, $30, that's almost $20,000 a year in additional income. Now, after holding this for 6 months, you refinance it, and you can see how that snowball really starts to go downhill. All right, and this is additional income that we can use for sourcing more deals, for our e-commerce business, etc. But the moral of the story is you never want to invest in anything that rusts, rots, or depreciates. Okay, you want to have income producing assets that are going to generate income 24/7, and that's why I love Amazon. Amazon isn't a hustle like Shopify while you're chasing trends or you're flipping stuff, you're going to Goodwill, you're looking through bins and you're hustling. This is a real business that you can build that can be ran from a computer from anywhere in the world that's going to produce income 24/7, 365. It's a tangible business that you can sell equity in or sell down the road entirely, all your stake in the business. Same with real estate. So that's the reason why I'm mainly in Amazon and real estate, because they operate 24/7, 365, rain, sleet, or snow. So if you take anything from the video, take that. Don't invest in anything that rusts, rots, or depreciates. Try to find businesses that are going to be sustainable, that are going to generate income 24/7, 365, and most importantly, no matter what you get into, do not make your purchasing decision or your investment decision based off of emotion. Let data drive your decisions. So I'm just leaving my bank right now, JP Morgan, and I had to get the POF, or proof of funds. It's just a stronger offer. Whenever you come with no contingencies, all cash, and you have the POF that states that you can afford the property and that you're not kicking tires, it's just a stronger offer. Even when you're coming financed, a lot of people, if you don't have a relationship with them, they will want you to submit a POF before you can even view the property. But I've been working with this broker for a while. So here's a little trick. You can see right here, I got the POF here in the vanilla. I've actually got two. This is a little trick I learned. I never get a POF for the total amount that I want to offer, because sometimes the realtor on the other end, the seller, will see that and they'll try to create what's called a best offer scenario, where they'll try to drive and increase interest and get other investors to bid against each other so that the selling price goes higher and they get more of a commission, okay? Because they're going to get 3% to each side, okay? And if you're a broker owner, listing agent, you're going to get that whole 3%. All right, so that's something that I learned. I usually do two of them. That way, if it comes into a best scenario, the one is for asking, or what my offer is going to be, and then the second one's what my highest offer will be. And I don't submit that until we need to submit that in case it goes into a best or highest. But that's a little trick I learned. Never let them see your full deck of cards, so to speak.